2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Boom, and welcome to the Project Freedom Podcast, episode number 31, where we discuss anything and everything that has to do with sovereign individualism. Guys, basic AMA, same old Meta Monday, except this time I did want to start out showing you guys something that has come to my attention. And I was actually going to make a whole entire stream on this, but I don't think I could talk about it for an entire stream. But maybe I could talk about it. Who am I kidding? But guys, give me 1 second to pull this thing up because for whatever reason, this article just does not want to load. And while that's happening, let me check in with the chat. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. Nice Monday night. Clay Buster in the house. This is a great Monday. Shot, trap, and skeet. Also coached some new skeet shooters this weekend. Clay, do you want to borrow my dog for like a couple weeks so you can wear him out a little bit? I guess you get him to bring the busted Clays back to you if you wanted. Aline Suchi in the house. What's up, guys? What's up, man? Good to see you. Meta Mondays, like in the metaverse or other meeting. Well, Alan, I'm glad that you asked that, my friend. I mean, the term meta means what? It means like kind of like the new thing that encompasses everything, kind of sort of. That's actually a term that was like it was like a gamer term, like way back go, like, oh bro, that weapon is it's the new meta, bro, or whatever. But what I use that term for is just like all the new things that you want to talk about combined into one. So really just honestly, just ask me anything. Ask me anything, Alan. Literally ask me anything. That's what it's about. Alex says, hey dudes, what's up, Alex? Wade Emery says, what's up, bros? Orange pill emojis in the chat. Claybuster. Private Torvach. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Tom Graff says game time. Harry Z goes, smash like button, bros. Harry Zykos. Excuse me, guys. I can't pronounce Greek names correctly, but please do smash the like. Cody Moose in the Hoose says, what's up, dudes? What's up, Cody? Good to see you. Who else we got in here? JM. What's up, fellas? What's up, Jay? Ransom R says, yo, dudes. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I hope you guys had a good Monday. Did you guys have an eccentric weekend? I had a very, very indeed pleasant weekend. Sam saying yes sticker in the chat. I don't know if Fido is actually in the chat right now or if he's watching. He's probably watching the replay, but I'm looking for an article that I sent him quite some time ago. I could just Google it, but the one that I want to look at has all the stuff actually snipped together in one piece. And it was basically about this guy named Jason Lowry. I'm not really sure how to pronounce this guy's name, guys. And he is employed at the USSS, Sam, United States Space Force, but it's the USSS, right? I don't know what the last S stands for. United States Space Soldiers. I don't know. But anyway, guys, and this guy, he's no spring chicken. He's been around for a while, and he has a lot of military experience. He was in the Air Force. In fact, I believe that, his credentials were in there, but basically he's an advocate for Bitcoin. You could think of this guy as the stuff that he's saying is kind of like maxi speak, which I guess in a way it is. If you are the type of person who labels someone who believes those things as a maxi, not me. My opinion is that a real maxi is just someone that, like the term maxi in the sense of the derogative term, someone that thinks that everything that isn't Bitcoin is a shitcoin, which I don't think that, but I do think that Bitcoin is a little bit more important than people realize. And I don't think that anything ever is going to overtake it. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find this thing. Hold on. Let me see. Jason. Maybe I just search. If I can just search this. There we go. Boom. All I had to do was do a simple search. Goodness gracious, Josh. All right. Now, 1 second, guys. Patience is a virtue. Let me pull this up for you all. Okay. All right, fellas. I like how it's got the current difficulty coming over here in a banner. Did you guys see that? Do I need to reload this page? You guys see that? Current price. Where is it? Current block height. Wow, that's cool. Current mem pool size. Current difficulty. All right, guys. So let's slowly dive into this real quick, and then I promise to come around to asking you questions or just talking to you guys, whatever it may be that you guys want me to do. Now this says it's a 3-minute read, but I'm going to tell you guys it's probably going to take us longer than 3 minutes. So let's just say 7. All right. First, we get this cool picture. I guess this is like this picture looks really like 1970s-esque. To be honest with you, this looks like something from like the 70s, like the Jetsons. I guess this is like a space ring, and this is like humanity, like living in a space ring. All right. So anyway, and guys, by the way, this post was posted on LinkedIn from Mr. Jason Lowry, who, as you guys can see in the title up here, United States Space Force, MIT. He's an MIT graduate. And again, I would like to, mention again that this guy was also in the Air Force for quite some time. So let's just read it. So Jason says, "Thanks everyone for all the awesome feedback on this potential thesis topic. Please attack this chain of logic so I can make sure I have a sound argument." So he's just asking people to come and attack his chain of logic to see if it actually is indeed as logical as he is thinking it is. So as Jason says, war is the globally adopted proof of work social consensus protocol that nodes or countries use to validate the legitimate state of property and its chain of custody. Militaries project force across time, i.e. energy, in a fundamental game of probability to trigger a capitulation event. This is functionally identical to Bitcoin proof of work miners projecting energy to probabilistically trigger the end of each block. The reward for militaries that succeed in probabilistically triggering capitulation is that participating nodes, or again, countries, will grant consensus to the military's host claim over what legitimate state of property is. All right, now that part right there is pretty important. Thus, the history of warfare and its corresponding chain of custody, so like, America hasn't always been owned by Americans. It used to be owned by what's called Native Americans, right? Chain of custody is literally just a proof of work backed blockchain. Ever notice how the reserve currency, i.e. the globally legitimized state of property, belongs to the country with the most powerful military? That isn't a coincidence. Society instinctively values proof of work as the fair consensus mechanism. Because of their functional identity, militaries are essential to our current system as miners are to Bitcoin. If we don't support our country's military counterforce posture, then another country's military will earn their host the right to declare the legitimate state of property. Ask yourself how happy you would be with a Russia or China's interpretation of what the legitimate state of property / liberty is. A main argument in this thesis would be, all right, guys, so here's I know you guys probably fallen asleep. That wasn't super exciting anybody, but anyway, here's the kicker. A main argument to this thesis would be, because Bitcoin miners are functionally identical to the role of military, then Bitcoin adaptation implicitly represents the adaptation of a surrogate to war with respect to achieving global consensus on the current state and chain of custody of liberty/property. Said another way, Bitcoin adaptation represents the opportunity to partition our current state of property, i.e., our existing economy, into a new blockchain that would hot swap our current proof of work backed social consensus, which is war, for Bitcoin proof of work as a surrogate consensus protocol, and dramatically reduce the functional unity of militaries, war, violence. This makes global Bitcoin adaptation a potentially highly disruptive and powerful technology of U.S. strategic deterrence. You guys don't know what strategic deterrence is? It basically is like a military's strategic way to deter people from attacking them, right? So basically what he's saying is that Bitcoin in itself, just the adaptation of it in America would be literally would be a deterrent for war. And if you guys are familiar with the Bitcoin game theory and how that kind of works, you guys kind of know why. I mean, it can get pretty complicated to talk about, but and I don't really know all of it, to be completely honest with you guys. But what happens, idealistically speaking, what happens if something like Bitcoin does become the world global currency, or the state of property, which they're talking about, which Mr. Jason was talking about in this article? Then, can you just go and so let's just say one country's out of it, right? One country's empty-handed and they need more. Can you just go simply to that country and just nuke them and get what you want? If what you're looking for requires private keys to access and they're dead and you can't get that information from them because they're dead. You guys kind of see what I'm saying here, right? Let's see what else. There's a reason. The other reason why I wanted to pull up this whole page instead of just going to his LinkedIn post is because it has everything all coupled together. But let's look at this: mutually assured preservation, a case for Bitcoin as the fourth leg of U.S. strategic deterrence. So the thesis is that Bitcoin is a more powerful war deterrent protocol than mutually assured destruction. If you guys don't know what mutually assured destruction is, go Google it. And one that is increasingly being adopted by society to restore its ability to achieve worldwide consensus on competing claims to the legitimate state of liberty and property. As Bitcoin adaptation accelerates, the U.S. should seriously consider Bitcoin mining as a candidate, quote unquote, fourth leg to add to its existing strategic nuclear triad. And you can just go into this article on and on and on. But it adds so much more argument to this. And if I don't know if anybody does want this article, if you guys want this article, let me just go ahead and put that. Let me just put that in the chat risky for you guys. Hold on, guys, 1 second if you want to take a look at it. Go ahead, guys. Show it to your family and friends. All right. There you go. Enjoy. I posted it right there. So, something for you guys to ponder about for the next couple hours before you go to sleep. So let's see what else we have in here. Let's see. Exponent Chill says, my brothers. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Clay Buster says USSS, United States Secret Service. Okay, then he was in the USSS as well, but he is in the Space Force. Go, Clay. I don't know. Jamie, pull up Jason Lowery's LinkedIn. Look at his credentials. I peeked at it last week and I don't remember. Jaron, Josh, you haven't made a video on Fresh and Fit, LOL. Don't really have a reason to do that. Clay Buster says USSF, United States Space Force. Yeah. Hey, can you look up Jason Lowery, Lowery? I can text you this article. Look him up on LinkedIn and tell me his credentials. I'll send you this article real quick so you can know exactly who it is. Boom. Bring it on. It says, good evening, Josh. Do you have any advice for young guys going into the software engineering field, early 20s in particular? Yeah. Might not be advice that you want to hear, but sure. First of all, I don't know exactly where you are at. like in the like process? Like, are you in school? Are you self-learning? Are you already in a job? Are you like a junior dev or something like that? But I'll just assume that we're just going to skip the whole like, you know, having to like learn and get the job in the first place kind of thing. And I'm also going to assume that you're not going to like, you know, work for yourself. You're going to be working for like a corporation, which is like, or a startup or whatever, which is basically like, you know, pretty standard for someone to start out, because it's actually, and guys, it's actually very advantageous of you to start out working for a place, because you're going to learn a whole lot. Not that you wouldn't learn a whole lot working for yourself, but you're going to have like people be able to like mentor you. So a job is good, but regardless, let's just assume that's the case. Yes. The whole like old world like way of thinking where people are like, oh, you need to be, hold on.
You gotta be a good boy, and you gotta stay in a stable job where you can have job security.
That doesn't really apply to IT. It never really has, but more so nowadays than ever, it does not apply to IT. The average turnover rate in IT in general, and not just programming, I venture to say that like developers, like their turnover rate's higher than this or lower than this, is 2 years. So that means that every 2 years, on average, a developer will leave, or someone in IT will leave for a different job. Now, why is that? Well, because the amount of pay that people in this field get increases dramatically year by year. And the chances of you staying at a place and actually giving you good quality raises significantly to at least like stay even with the level of pay that is on the market is pretty slim, man. Like pretty slim. Like you have to work for a FANG company for that to happen, and then you'd probably also not want to be there, and you'd find another reason to leave, like one of the FANG companies, and that's not even a guarantee they can give you a raise too. So it would be to literally job hop after your first year into something better, and then to continue to job hop until you're at to the point where you're like, I have enough money and enough knowledge now to either do my own thing or to be comfortable with where I'm at. Like whatever your lifestyle is, like whatever lifestyle suits you best, Mr. Bring It On. And also, if you are working with people that are going to be like mentors, like on your team or whatever, like seniors or mid-level devs, you just got to realize that most developers don't really do a good job. And they're also kind of like socially awkward, and they're not really good with like, you know, human interaction. Gotta do it this way or else you're gonna do it really wrong. Like if you want to avoid confrontation, just like do it that way and just be like, I don't care. It's not like this software isn't my proprietary software, and I'm most likely not gonna be responsible for fixing it in a year. But sure, we'll just do it this way that makes you happy, dude. Just don't like don't, when you ask questions to those kind of people, realize that those kind of people, and I'm talking about, you know, the kind of developers that are like less like lower on the social, like on the EQ spectrum, like they can't really like they don't have good people skills, right? They don't have good soft skills. When you do have to ask them a question, realize that these people only speak or only think really in like binary, just like a computer. Yes or no, true or false. So if you have to ask them a question, don't ask them like a general question. Be like, yo, like, hey, I have a problem and it's on this line right here. Or like, I don't know, like point out exactly what the problem is and be as express and concise as you can. And they'll be a lot more obliged to help you than they would before. So that is the advice I would give to somebody in the early 20s. I job top a decent bit, and I made like when I was basically like significant amount of raises per job. And I wish I would have done it more. And everyone I know wish they would have job opted more. And it's not like you can't continue to do that, but like, you know, in the beginning, and you got to think of it like this: the more money you make at a job, you're never going to go backwards. Like people are going to acquiesce you at other places. They're going to be like, hey, like we saw your resume online, we saw your LinkedIn, we saw your GitHub or whatever. We know you have experience in like, I don't know, .NET, and we really need a .NET dev. Like they are, by the time they contacted you, they already know what a roundabout what you're making there, and they're going to offer you more. So if you start out lower, you're never going to go kind of backwards per se. You might stay like the same or like slightly more, but most likely you're going to get like a bigger bump. And so the sooner you can do that, the better. All right. Jiren George says, ADA pumping hard. Is it? What is the ADA price? I have no idea. Cody Moose says, that moment when you realized you had 80K ADA over a year ago and sold it for sell. Ow. Sorry, Cody. Hey, dude, I still got my sell bag. I'm just like, literally forget about it. Literally forget about it. Although I was talking to Sam about it this morning and how much I think Alex is annoying. Christian Soto with the cowboy emojis. Cody Moose says, can you translate this into smooth brain, please? I wish I could. Ryan A says, what's up, Code Gang? What is up, my fellow supercoders? Do we want the state to have a shitload of Bitcoin? Okay, hold on, Ryan. Let me get a sip of this water real quick. Hold on. Yes, because if we don't have it, and this is theoretical, like all countries are dependent on this now, right? If our country or our like whatever it is by then doesn't have it and these other countries do, they pretty much like control the planet, right? So you guys remember the whole Citadel, right? The Citadel meme. I think you kind of understand why. And like by this point, Ryan, you're so what's the downside of the government having Bitcoin? I think you're thinking like this. They could just like manipulate the price. This is assuming that we would be, by this point, we would be like selling Bitcoin for fiat. That wouldn't be the case. Like no one would be even thinking about fiat anymore. And unless fiat was just like used as like an underlying, use as a peg to maybe like, some digital asset and just use like a paper form of payment. And maybe, $1 equals one Satoshi. I don't know. Ryan A says, please don't do a video on Fresh and Fit. Don't worry, I'm not going to. Kyle W says, boom, baby. What is up? Alan says, why do you think Bitcoin will not be taken over by privacy coins? What about ones with smart contracts and more usage in real life? Well, Alan, how many corporations, how many governments, how many corporations are holding privacy coins on their balance sheet? Zero. How many governments are using, how many sovereign countries are using privacy coins for legal tender? Zero. Nobody is like really using privacy coins, honestly, except for things that they want to have kept private. And because like it has this like negative stigma behind it, these companies and countries aren't going to do that. And also, like, I don't really know let's take Monero. I don't know the mechanics 100% behind Monero. I know Monero has a difficulty adjustment, but I don't know if Monero has like I don't know if Monero's supply. Let's figure that out right now. Basically, they're not like identical to the same thing. They're not identical to Bitcoin per se, and they don't have the same properties. And even if they did, nobody's using them, right? Like so, like, and another reason for that too, Bitcoin. Let's again, we're just gonna say Bitcoin. Bitcoin, even though it is anonymous but public. All right. So the fact that it has a public ledger, it makes it trustworthy as a layer of settlement. Like anybody can see what's going on. So you don't have to just like hope that like something that's going on is because somebody sold something or some address moved something here or there. Like you don't have to like hope. You can literally go and look and see. That's why that's actually important. Like people like get upset the fact that like, oh, like Bitcoin's not 100% private. Like it's not a private, it's anonymous, but it's not private. But the lack of privacy is actually a beneficial thing, and it makes things very transparent. Whereas like right now, so like what if the Federal Reserve just wanted to like move X amount of money from one country to another or do something like that, right? Like we wouldn't know about it, right? We wouldn't be able to see it because it's not transparent. It's not public for everyone to see, right? So that is why I believe Bitcoin will not take privacy coins will not take over Bitcoin. And just look at how things are right now. And on top of that, let's just add the first mover thing. Bitcoin was first, and like nothing's going to be able to undo that. Like nobody can go back in time and undo that. And like it has already begun its inevitable job of what it was created to do, literally. And your next question is, what about ones with smart contracts and more usage in real life? Okay, so Alan, another thing too, like you got to realize Bitcoin's purpose isn't supposed to be a currency system. It is, in all honesty, guys, like people were like, oh, Bitcoin's this, Bitcoin's that, Bitcoin's this, Bitcoin's that. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It is literally cryptocurrencies, and most of these things aren't currencies, guys. I guess like Doge could be considered a currency, but like none of these quote unquote currencies are currencies, especially not Bitcoin. These are all new asset classes. Like they're kind of like all other asset classes. Like, so Bitcoin is kind of like a property, but it's also kind of like gold, but it's also kind of like cash in the sense that it is permissionless and censorless and unstoppable. Like you can't just like stop cash, right? I mean, I guess technically the government could be like, we're not going to stop accepting cash, but I mean, the cash could just go to another country. And since everyone runs off the US dollar, essentially, like all other currencies are basically like pegged to the US dollar, like cash can be used anywhere. So, no one wants to, let's talk about gold and property. Like if I need to go to the grocery store, am I going to give them 1/100th of the deed of my house, my property, to buy groceries? And every time I just like slowly ripping up a piece of my property and give it to these people? No. If I go to the grocery store, am I going to like take a gold bar with me and like shave off some gold? No. I mean, even if it's just like a little bit of gold, like you want to keep that gold, right? Because that's the purpose of gold. So Bitcoin is not meant to be used payments in an idealistic manner. However, it can be done off a layer 2, and the people at the Lightning Strike Network are like doing a good job of that. But like that's more so for like I think that's gonna have its own little like place. I think it's gonna be for micropayments and like in small amounts of satoshis. But I also don't know what that part of the future looks like. And then also to talk about the smart contract usage or real life thing. Bitcoin network itself doesn't have smart contracts, and it would be pretty much asinine to put some more contracts on layer 1. In fact, I don't even know if it could be done, but there is actually large amounts of money and funding from some governments too, apparently, to put smart contracts on either layer 2, most likely layer 3 on Bitcoin, which would be probably, honestly, guys, you guys might not like to hear this, but it would probably be the better thing for humanity if we had like DeFi on Bitcoin. Does that mean it's going to happen? Probably not. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not like Confucius, but I mean, it'd be pretty cool if that did happen. And let's just say it doesn't happen, and then ETH has its own thing going on, like, or all these other DeFi platforms have their own thing going on. That's fine. Bitcoin still is Bitcoin. It is not Ethereum. It is not property. It is not cash money. It is not gold. It is literally a thing of its own. And the same way too, like Ethereum is literally a thing of its own too. So that is why I think that's the case. Now, does that mean all that stuff's going to actually happen? I don't know. We're going to have to see, right? We're going to find out. Claybuster says, Jason Lowry is currently an Department of the Air Force fellow at MIT. This means the USSF is paying him to attend MIT and earn his master's in engineering management. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. So maybe he's studying that. Maybe he's studying what he's talking about for a reason. I don't know. And Clay says, once he completes his degree, he will continue his military career, most likely on track to become a general. Interesting. So this guy is no spring chicken, right? He's kind of important, right? Bring It On says, I'm about to finish my data science bootcamp. I have prior freelancing experience in web development. So using the two, I'm looking to source jobs such as ML engineer, big data engineer, and data scientist. If you can land one of those jobs, pretty solid. I wouldn't be so concerned like off the bat with getting a certain title. Like if you could just get a general like full stack developer, I think that's perfectly good too, because you'll actually be able to have like experience in all kinds of stuff, which would be probably like more beneficial for you in the long run. But if you do get one of those jobs, definitely accept it for sure. Just don't be like, oh, I'm not going to get this specific job, then I'm just not going to take these other jobs. Take it, because like the longer you wait, the worse, the longer you're going to prolong your progression in life, and you want that experience. Once you start getting like things changes as a developer from like 1 to 2 years experience, and then you get this other change from like right around the 5-year experience mark, and one like you significantly move up each time. And Tony says Ryan A, he should. A lot of people that have done videos on them have 10x their subscriber count. LOL. What is he talking about? Oh, 10x my subscribers by doing a fresh info video. Nah, dude, I wouldn't want to 10x my subs from like just like red meat. So like I'd rather have people who actually care about this content. But yeah, I guess that would be an easy way to get some more subs, I guess. And up he says sell belly moves. I forget that I even have some. Yeah, same here, dude. Just forget about it. Jiren says Litecoin. What you talking about, Jiren? I got some Litecoin. I've had it for a while. I was thinking about actually, Jiren, I think I spent like 1 hour today thinking about Litecoin. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Like, I've been waiting for a specific price target that I wanted to get rid of any. And like I pretty much had that opportunity at the beginning of the year, but now I don't. Litecoin's weird, guys. Like Litecoin should be performing way better than it is now, from what I've been told, based off of the previous bull run. But I also don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And it's a great concept, right? Like, oh, it's the gold to Bitcoin it's the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Right? It says sell it for Solana. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, probably. Like before Solana was $70. I don't know. We have to wait. Guys, I'm waiting for a Dipictus Maximus to happen before I like make any like big moves, because I think I don't know if we would have a dip or not. I know that like when everyone was freaking the fuck out, I just had this like feeling I just like had this feeling in my gut. I was like, with all this crazy shit going on in the world, there's no way that we're going to zero. When it comes out, zero. Guys, we must stop the super coders from making the smart contracts for people to make too much money. They're going to ruin a perfectly balanced economy that we created. Ryan A also says, for what I've been told, Cell had to do BTR2. Had to do BTR2. What you mean, bruh? Can you clarify, Mr. Ryan A? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. And he says, LOL. Yeah, who knows? And I held it all the way down and didn't give a shit. Yeah, yeah. I haven't hardly made like any trades this year at all. Just buy it, forget about it, lock it away. It's pretty stressful to deal with that kind of stuff. Although Sam's saying yes sticker, Sam's pretty good at like making basically like a second income off of just like doing some degen stuff and some trading. But like if you can do that, if you can do that and you can do it good, it's definitely like a nice little side stream of income. I just don't even know if I have time to be worrying about that stuff right now. I would like to learn, because I think every now and then it'd be fun to kind of like just do that kind of stuff. Christian says, I love your impressions. You should do some shorts of them. Christian, actually, my friend, you have a surprise coming for you. We're going to be filming an intro for the podcast, and it's going to be lit. It's going to be pretty cool. We have a script for it and everything. We have a rough like script, but it's going to be like I think you would like that, Christian. I think you would like it. Rene says, I just swing all my KSM to dot and back. Sam says, cannot stop the degen. Yep. Rene says, I just swing all my dot KSM ratio. Yeah. I know what you meant. In the first one. Cody says, Sam's got the bagel blood to make those moves. Yes, indeed. Alex says, any good books on writing clear/elegant code? I actually don't know if there's like books out there about that. Like, I can tell you what information I think you could use to like write clear, elegant code. First of all, like let's just talk about like the aesthetic of the code. Like, you don't want it to look like all jumbled up, right? Like, let me see if I can find something. Like, God, if you guys saw this, guys, I've been doing some stuff for an application written in Pascal in 2005. Actually, I think it was started in 2002, but the version of it I'm working on is from 2005. And oh my God, when you talk about spaghetti code, son, like this shit is garbage. I just realized I don't even have Visual Studio's code or my code repository pulled in on this laptop. Oh my God, what am I thinking? Because I can't show you an image, but like Alex, but obviously you want you want your opening statements and closing statements all lined up, all nice and neat. Like, I don't like a bunch of spaces, and I also don't like zero spaces. I don't like to where there's no room. And dude, just like as far as like comments, like simple, explicit, and express comments. You don't want to have to like have someone or yourself, if you like, let's just say you're picking up code from like years ago and you don't remember what the fuck this shit did. You just know that it works. Like at least a comment above like each function, one sentence describing what it does, or a few words. I think variable names is an easy one. Like variable names and function names should be also concise and brief, but they also should be explicit enough to like, know what it's being used for. So if you're writing an application for like your bank account balance or whatever, like the variable that keeps control of the balance should be called balance or user balance, something like that. It shouldn't be right. It shouldn't be called like titty fuck ass purple polka dot dinosaur, right? Like I think that's pretty simple. Like function names, like if the function adds two numbers together, just be like sum of nums or sum nums, or add numbers together. Like just simple, concise, easy. Some people have like weird naming conventions. Like they want to have like a lowercase q if it's this kind of function, and then an uppercase like this if it's this kind of function. It has to have like this entire name of a sentence inside the function name. And then you look at the function name and it's like you need to like put your shit on a widescreen to read it. And then it also takes you like 30 seconds to read it, and you just read like a soliloquy to yourself by reading a function name. That's too much for me. That's too much for me. Some people will disagree. Anna V says, "Indeed, we trust." Indeed. Fire signs. Do you have sound bites? Working on that as of right now. I mean, I don't know what to have for sound bites. You mean like the when you get a soundboard, you go boop, sound bite. Guys, I ordered a soundboard and it is still not shipped from Amazon. And I think I need to get my money back now or have another reship. I don't have sound bites, but I have this though. Like I got stuff like this. Is this what you mean?
De style holding, où le canot est à ni longé. Flip the switch.
Übers Mühlort. It's Halbedone.
Good old Klaus Schwab up in the house. Sound clips, video bites, I suppose. Cody Moose says, write your code on one line, be a man. Ugh. With no indentation. Lyron's Force says, what's up, guys? What's up, man? Hope you were doing good tonight. Hope you were doing good. I don't really have any like crazy. Well, I do have a good story I could share with you guys over the weekend, but I'm not going to because that wouldn't be politically correct. It would also be not private. So, Monero wouldn't like that. My Monero friends, you guys wouldn't like the non-private story. Right? Cheers. Guys, look at this water in a box that I have. It's flow water. It's naturally alkaline spring water. Guys, I can just read this to you. Why flow? Purity.
Sourced from a single artesian spring, flow collects natural electrolytes, minerals, and alkalinity that gives flow its smooth, delicious taste.
Guys, it's in a cardboard bottle. Of course, it's going to be good for you, right? Probably came out of someone's tap water in their sink. But hey, it's got a cool bottle, so who cares, right? Ryan says, fuck PC, man. I agree. Ryan, shh. I don't like Windows either. Shh, don't tell anybody. They're going to get really upset. Cody says, I thought it was coconut water. Nah, okay, tap water. Nah, it does not. Hey, just got in. Tom, is that you that just signed up? I believe I saw that. You should have gotten an email that gave you instructions if it worked correctly. But I did see that, and I was like, who is that? Check your email, Tom. Alex says, don't buy your Rodecaster from Amazon. Buy it from Sweetwater. Sweetwater.com. Sweetwater.com. Is that what we're talking about? Let's see. Let's check this out. Sweetwater.com. What is this? What is this wizardry? Alex, what are you bringing me? Is this a scam? Alex, is the CHINESE government going to have my information and buy things off this? What is this website? What is this, Alex? You guys want to see what Alex is, where Alex is sending me? I don't know. Can I get in trouble for advertising on here. I mean, I'm not really advertising. What is this, Alex? Like what? Where is this? Alex, I want to know who made this site and I want to know who made it now. What's the origin of this website, Alex? We need to know. Is this Jeff Bezos 2.0? So you got, is this for electronics? Apparently they have, this is a musician's website, yeah? Okay, I see now. Okay, I see. Let's see, Tom's. It's what plants crave. Yeah, hey guys, you guys want to see my mango? Sorry, it's a guava plant. Ransom says Sweetwater has good service in my experience. Anna V says I buy all my musical instruments and accessories from Sweetwater. They're legit. Sweetwater has a good return policy. I can buy guitar pills there. Okay, so this is a. Okay, thank you, Tom. Alex says Schmieder has some coding questions for later. For sure, dude. Hit me up, indeed. Okay, so it looks like this is a musician's website. All right, so let's see. Let's assume that, I mean, I'm probably gonna, so honestly, guys, Amazon's pretty easy with their like return stuff. Like if something just doesn't get sent to you in X amount of days, they're like, all right, would you like us to give you money? Would you like to reorder it? Would you like store credit? I've usually just given store credit or just reordered it, but I mean, I'm down to just do this either way. So what am I going to look for? Let's look for soundboard. For soundboard, they are a deal of Rodecaster. A Rodecaster is really big though, right? Like, I don't know if I want like a whole ass Rodecaster just yet. Which one of these would you recommend? Alex says they sell instruments along some music recording software. Okay. No, we don't want to see my mango. Fuck you, Tom. You guys want to see my my guava? Guys, I'm trying to be a farmer in real life. Like, I got to get my guava. Guys, you know what I figured out? In order for me to get the value, you know how much yield I have to yield from my guava plant in order for me to get the value back that I spend to do it? I would have to yield precisely 8.47 guavas. So I'm not going to stop until I get that $24 back of yield from my guava plant. And then we're going to go even further, guys. Then we're going to go even further, and I'm going to get even more guavas so I can actually start getting some passive guava income, okay? Passive guava. You guys think that yield from crypto is good? Psh, you guys don't even farm. You guys even farm? Like, you don't, do you? Hold on, guys. Let me go. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab the guavas outside. Let me go grab this guava real quick.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it.
All right, guys. Here it is. It's grown like twice as big as it came. I think I need to get a new pot for this already. But as you guys can see, it's not bearing any fruit yet. I think it needs some water. It's been outside all day. But check it out. It's beautiful, isn't it? Here, I'll let you guys see. Here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful guava plant, guys. Nice and shiny. As far as I know, it just looks like a regular plant. But hey, somebody might be able to identify that, and they come into my humble abode and be like, I see you, sir, you are a guava farmer yourself as well, sir. I respect you. Yeah, should I keep the guava on the stream from now on? Would you guys like to see the guava, the growth of the guava? I can do that if you guys want. Let's see. Cody Moo says, same, my yams are growing. Good. I'm glad you're growing yield from your yams. Ransom says long on guava. Yeah, I'm indeed long on guava. Deal of Rodecaster. I will look at the Rodecaster. Take the guava pill. Yes, guys, take the guava pill. You're talking about trees, okay? Yeah, okay. So basically, like, a guava is a tree, I believe, from what I was told. But you can grow it in like a pretty substantially large pot and like put it on like the porch. Like, and the plant doesn't really have to get that big to yield the fruit. So what I'm thinking is like, you know, could easily grow that on the porch. In fact, the whole purpose of me buying the guava was because I was like on Google, hey, what type of fruit can you grow on your porch in Florida? And I was like, guava? Oh, sure. And apparently it's really easy too. Like it can go through droughts and stuff. Alex says Rodecaster is like $6.99. Yeah, I'm not worried about the price. I just want to know, like, is it big and complicated to use? And should I start out with something that's less complicated and easier to use first? Because I have like zero experience with like audio and audio tech and all that kind of stuff. That song was bumping. Thank you. I know it is a good selection of song to have. Ryan says you need to put in a bigger container. Yeah, it needs to go in a bigger one ASAP. I got to do that like soon. Anup V says your guava game is tight. Thank you, Anup. I want to make sure when people come over, they see the guava and they respect the guava. T-Man Scott says, will you be growing guava on your tech pirate ship? Yes, that would be optimal to have a fleet of guava. Like there should be like a lane on the yacht where it's just like a shrubbery lane. Like there's all kinds of like different like self-sustaining fruits on there, so that, you know, if we can't, like, obviously guys, if you're going to be a techno pirate, you don't want to catch techno scurvy. All right. And in order to not catch techno scurvy, you have to have good yield on vitamin C producing plantoids, right? Alex says Amazon has allowed fake Roadcasters from China to be sold, whereas Rodecaster is an Australian company. Wait a second. How does that work? So, like, do people not know that it's not really like from Rodecaster? Like, can't you see under the name of like the company that you're buying it from that, like, it's, hey, this is Rodecaster, not anything else? Cuddy Moose 2028, one guava plant, 10,000% yield. Yes, indeed, my friend. 2028 is the year of the guava tree. We're coming for it, and we're coming for it indeed. All right, guys. Would anybody like to have any more questions answered, or should I amuse you all with something cool? You know what else I got, guys? I'll show you guys this too. I'm not really sure how this works. Let's see. Is it going to work? No, you're not going to work. Come on, work. I got like a flashing strobe light for you guys, but it's not one. It's not one to work on stream. Sorry, guys. Have to wait till next time. Well, everybody, it was an eventful night. I love you guys, and I'm out.